All right. You are listening. Well, no, you're actually watching the Hair Radio Morning Show. I'm Kerry Hines, and with me on this very special edition of our show is Mr. Jorge Thomas. Now, Jorge, I have to say, you are a model.
Yes, sir.
You are also a person who is looking to kind of fast track your career in modeling, but you have an important platform, and I want you to share this platform. It's rare that we get an opportunity to talk about the subject autism, and I want you today to take a moment to tell us a little bit about your world.
Yeah, most definitely. So modeling and autism, my goal is to reach the world to basically keep them knowledge and more aware of the benefits of autism. So you're just using a career to step up to that plate.
I see. Well, let's kind of backtrack a little bit. Let's tell the folks a little bit about what autism is. What
Okay.
what can you tell us about autism?
Okay, so there's different levels. There's mild, there's considered low functioning, mild, and high functioning. High functioning would be the intellectual state. We can do anything and probably a lot more than average, I guess. Um, yeah.
Okay, okay. And now, as we do these days, everybody's on Google in 2 seconds.
Yes, sir.
And when you Google the subject of autism, as I have done in looking at trying to prepare for today's broadcast,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of referenced as ASD, Autism Spectrum Disorder.
Yes.
And what it says is the ability to use language to express one's needs and
Yes.
ability to engage in social interaction in a joint way, or in joint attention, I should say. So these are things that we've talked a little bit off camera about,
Yes, sir.
and I want you to kind of shed the light on what you deal with day to day, and so many. This will resonate with so many folks who have children
Yes.
who are autistic, and so much. And today I wanted to kind of just introduce the subject to our hair and beauty folks out there who may be in the same situation, or knowing, I have a family member dealing with this, as well as what are some of the steps that we can do to become more aware of what we can do
Yes.
to make the lives better for those who are dealing with autism or have this as a way of life.
Most definitely. I can only speak for myself, but I can understand other people's positions. Um, for me, I can say the daily struggle is social. So sometimes, depending on our environment, it may be hard, being the fact we do have highly sensitive processing
Yes.
issues. We would say our sensitivity, all senses, ears, smell, eyes, taste, touch, all of our senses are 6 times stronger than the average.
6 times
Six
stronger.
times stronger than the average. And it leaves us struggling because sometimes we might want a social in a setting, but it depends on the environment, what noise is around us.
And I have to say, and I'm speaking firsthand to you guys out there, I had an opportunity to observe you, and and we're in New York City, and to be on the subway in New York, that's quite a bit, that can
The
be
hassle,
happening all at
yes.
once. Yes. So for those of us, we kind of take it for granted jumping in and hearing all the noises and all of that. It can be something of
Overbearing.
a little bit overbearing, like,
Yes.
to deal with in terms of if you are a person living with autism. So I want to kind of tell the folks a few facts, if we may, because
Yes,
this
chime
is
in.
really when they say that autism is 4 times more common
Yes, sir.
in males than females.
Yes.
Is this what you've kind of unofficially found in your own kind of research,
You know what?
kind of way?
I like how the question was. I myself, I've noticed as a kid, you never see girls or females with autism, and now I have a goddaughter. She's autistic, and she's only 6. So the issue is it's becoming more common in today's society versus the older days because I guess it was experimental.
Okay. Well, we're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna get into that in just a bit.
Yes.
I want to also say now in 2016, There was a report with research that it was 1 in 68 boys versus 1 in 189 girls.
Yes.
Um, 2 years later, so we're talking about a year or so ago, it's the numbers have now reflect 1 in 59. So it's getting more and more common, is what the point is.
Mm-hmm.
And in the state of New Jersey, which is where you are
Autism
based,
state is the autism state capital.
that's what it seems.
Yes.
With 1 in 35, we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
So that's like almost twice as many cases. And still, folks, we don't know what the origins, what the cause of this spectrum, this what they call the autism
epidemic.
spectrum disorder, right? Epidemic, because we don't want to say the word disease, and you tell everybody why.
Yes.
Tell us why, Jorge.
Well, you know what? Look at Steve Jobs' autism characteristics. I want to talk about the autism characteristics, the benefits. So I'm modeling as a platform. So Steve Jobs, Temple Grandin, Walt Disney, Albert Einstein. If you look into that,
And we can add Jorge
Yes,
Thomas to
Jorge
that
Thomas,
list.
I guess so.
Okay. He is a person who is embarking upon this amazing career.
yes, sir.
And when when we're looking at subjects to talk about on the Hair Radio Morning Show, and I'm so very proud. I mean, you are really out there, bringing awareness to autism and modeling,
Yes, sir.
and being one of the first to do so. There are a couple folks out there trying to do the same thing, and we're
Yes.
happy to tip our hat to them. But I have to say, I've gotten to know you personally, and I think you're doing an amazing job,
Thank you,
an
Kerry.
absolutely incredible job. And I want to say, for folks out there who have family members, again, this is something that they have some organizations out there where you can look to get some perspective. One of them, I think that I had a chance to visit their site, and it looks like they're doing incredible work, and that's autismspeaks.org.
Yes.
And what can you tell us about some of the folks out there who are trying to make a difference in education of this autism?
Okay, so my point of view, there's no medicine to cure.
Right.
So with that comes with love, acceptance, and understanding. That's the only cure we have. Autism is a social issue. So if people perceive it as something that it's not, there's going to be conflict between one party and the other party. So that comes with the best medicine is love, acceptance, and understanding. To push forward, what can we do to help this person move on to something better?
And I have to say, I think that's probably the best advice of all.
Yes.
And I'm very, very impressed with that. Now, I do want to say this. When it comes down to looking at the racial lines, in about 2012, there were the children who were of Caucasian descent were likely, or more likely, we should say, to be diagnosed with autism. And now that seems to have kind of increased on the side of African American kids and Latino kids and all of that, in terms of it being more prevalent now in those communities. But
Yes.
it might have been that way all along. It's just that testing and screening and all of that has, been stepped
Advanced.
up. Exactly, it's advanced. And with folks like yourself beating the drum
Yes.
and saying this is what you guys need to be aware of. And it's been an education. And again, we're speaking with Mr. Jorge Thomas from the state of New Jersey. So I'm so excited to have you with us because you have also been very much a participant in our beautiful Hair Nation Expo shows. So we're going to talk about that because what that stems from is the amazing career you have. Now I want to get into some of the modeling, and then we'll lead back to the Hair Nation Expo. So the modeling, what is it that attracts you to the modeling aspect, and tell us about your experiences so far.
Most definitely. Growing up, I've had a lot of self-confidence issues, and I could say I was obese as an 18-year-old, and
You
very
obese?
obese. Yes, 285 pounds.
Wow. The world would never know.
Yes.
You're just a slim physique, just wow.
Yes. So, growing up with obese issues, facing rejection from the world on many point of views, whether it's a loner or social issues or even family issues, or they always have something to say, right? So when I lost all the weight, I kind of used modeling by myself. I am a photographer. And
Yes.
just set up that camera and just kept going away. And I kind of realized that modeling is not, for everybody, modeling is not like a conceited issue. I find modeling as a therapy and an outlet to learn how to love myself day by day, despite what the pain of the past gave me reason to hate. You know, so that's what I'm. Modeling is a gift. It's not always a conceited issue.
Wow.
Yes.
And I've heard you kind of even refer to autism as a gift. Tell us
Yes.
why you think that is.
Well, if you look into many great people successful, they're always a loner, right? They're
Uh-huh.
always socially different, awkward, and perceived different ways compared
Right.
to the average. And the benefit in autism is we have gifts. We have many different gifts, whether it's learning to love crazy or to the simple piano playing gift or whatever gifts we have. We have many of them. And I kind of look at the benefits of autism instead of looking at the differences.
And I think there's a lesson in that for all of us, really.
Yes.
And I have to tell folks, because many of the fans of the Hair Radio show and everything that we do, they've already been introduced to you. They've seen you
Yes.
across my social media. And most folks out there, you follow Kerry Hines, which is amazing, and thank you so much for that. But you've been at our Hair Nation Expo shows. What can you tell us? Because I think there's a connection that we haven't, really, kind of revealed so much in the way that, there are little kids out there, especially I see so many little boys, they go and they're dealing with autism and they're going to the barbershops and they're just alarmed at,
Yes.
so that's kind of, what, can you speak to that a little bit? What
Most
do you think?
definitely, Carrie. There's a thing called autism-friendly barbershops.
Autism friendly
Yes,
barbershops.
autism-friendly
Wow.
barbershops. Didn't know such thing, did you?
Right.
Yes. Autism-friendly barbershops is simply we do have sensitive skin. Whether we're very sensitive beings. All of our senses, like we said, 6 times stronger than the average.
Wow. Super hypersensitive.
Yes, hypersensitive.
Yes.
And the autism-friendly barbershops are usually associated with autism family members that come to understand that we need to try something different for their sensitive skins. Because oversensitive stimulation for kids can end up being a temper tantrum. And nobody's understanding what's going on.
Exactly. But there
'Cause
are
they don't know how to
few.
socialize
Exactly.
and express that.
But there are a few shops that
Yes.
are recognizing this need, and
Yes.
that says a lot. It says a lot. And so we'd love to hear from you guys and across our social media on
Most
that.
definitely.
So
Please.
that is, yes, that's amazing. Now, speaking of Hair Nation Expo, just want to remind the folks out there that our upcoming Hair Nation Expo events, which happen in Atlantic City, New Jersey, at the Showboat Hotel.
Home of Jorge.
Oh, yes. And it's one of the first ever hair and beauty shows on the actual boardwalk in the in the city of Atlantic City, New Jersey. So in New Jersey, you can come out to our shows and really see and meet the folks who are the movers and shakers. We have Dr. Praneek James, who is a neuropathic doctor and super trichologist in the way of hair and hair loss issues.
Signatures are available too.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Mr. Darius Peace, we're shouting you out this morning as well. He's the natural hair specialist and super person with that can help you with your natural hair issues. And, of course, Siobhan.
Shout out to Siobhan.
Yeah, Siobhan with her wonderful product, her gummy bears that she's
Yes.
out there
Oh, my
doing her
God.
thing. And which we'll have her. She'll be on the show very soon. And so many other folks who come out to support us with the Hair Nation Expo events. And also, I want to say internationally, because Mr. Ebenezer, he's just been an amazing resource for us over in Ghana. And so we're shouting you out today, and all the folks over in Ghana who will help to represent my company in Hair Nation and Hair Radio, LLC, around the world. So that's those are some of the things. And then I've got to say also the documentary, we're putting together my documentary, which should be unveiled at Hair Nation Expo, our next event.
Yes.
And I have to say, you yourself, Mr. Jorge, will be also introducing clips
Yes.
and
featuring-
TV shows on our very own Salon TV Network.
Yes.
What can you say? Is that you're like one of the first to be named in that type of role? And you're from a different generation, slightly different than myself,
Yes.
okay? But what can you tell us in the way of what this means?
Well,
to-
first of
to
all,
you?
let's get this one straight. Old at heart, This is me.
Oh,
So you might be from a different generation,
slightly
but deep
different.
down
Okay.
inside, I'm totally I
Okay.
clean. Yes.
Awesome. So, what does this mean to have folks, select you
Yes.
to be the face of the Salon TV network? Is that should mean something?
Well, we all know Mr. Kerry Hines.
Oh,
He's working on some pretty big things for the TV radio station and
thank you,
the nation, her nation,
thank you.
and it's a pretty big opportunity, being the fact that we all are going somewhere. You know,
Exactly,
positive mindsets.
exactly.
Cling to positive mindsets.
And that's what it's about. It's an
Yes.
intersection of what we're doing, and we're really,
Yeah.
really excited. The Salon TV
forward to it.
Network, thank you. And for folks who are interested in finding out how they can actually watch the Salon TV Network, just simply go to www.salontvnetwork.com. And there's a whole bunch of information there, and where you can have your own TV show. It'll play right in your salon or barbershop nationwide. So we're super excited. So again,
Very excited.
yeah, so that's the Salon TV Network and Hair Nation Expo shows. And we have May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That's Saturday, Sunday, Monday this go round at the Showboat Hotel in Atlantic City, New Jersey. You can go to www.hairnationexpo.biz. Again, that's hairnationexpo.biz for complete information and purchase tickets. Now, the May and August shows, we have 3 shows a year. So I'm probably one of the only African Americans, I think, with a 3-day hair show nationwide. So I'm
Yes.
very proud of that. But yes, we have a show in May, August, and we also have a show. We have May, August, and November. So we are definitely pleased about that. And
Most
we're going to keep you guys informed. So again, go to Hair Nation Expo. Turning back to Mr. Jorge Thomas.
Welcome.
Yes, I want to say, Jorge, what are some of the, well, we know that you're working on your autism platform.
Yes.
What are some of the other things you can share with us today? Give our listeners something, our watchers, our viewers, the folks out there who are tuned in. What can you tell us that you might want to share that you are planning, or something that's important to you?
Sure thing, Kerry. There's a really great book coming up. It's called
Absolutely.
Yes, it's a really great book. I can't say much, but just keep in silence for
Keep,
greater
all
things.
right. Well, this is
Yes.
on the way.
There's a really nice book coming out. It's called Intelligence Speaks. And sum it up, it's basically sharing how intelligence speaks just as loud as autism speaks.
Wow.
Yes.
And to just say that, I have to let folks know you are an amazing resource
Thank
in the
you.
way of talking about autism and modeling.
God is good.
God is great. And so the fact that you are so open to share your story and sharing your story, and just inspiring so many others and the families and others,
There is hope.
there's
Yes.
a lot of hope,
A lot
and
of
a
hope.
lot of that is being attributed to you.
Hope giver.
So listen, I also want to take a moment to make sure, if you are looking to connect with Jorge, of course you can always connect with us here at Hair Radio or Hair Nation Expo or the Salon TV Network or our other platforms. But you're also on social media.
My fan
Share
page.
that.
My fan page would be stylistic autistic _autistic. So,
Okay. So that's on what
stylistic
platforms? That's like
This is
Instagram or
Instagram,
something?
yes.
Okay.
stylistic _autistic.
Okay.
Basically, fashion, and autism put it together. I connected to stylistic autistic.
It gets no better than that.
Never.
And you really are giving folks
Yes.
exactly that.
What they're searching for.
What they're searching for.
Yes.
So I have to say, let's take a moment to, you go ahead and shout out some folks that we're going to kind of wrap it up
Yes.
today. But I want to kind of I want to remind you guys out there that this is something that is important. And again, one of the organizations that's out there is autismspeaks.org. There
Yes,
are
sir.
many others. Mr. Jorge Thomas is a great resource that you can connect to. You certainly can
Been
connect
helping
to
a lot
him.
of people on Instagram when it comes to autism as well. thankfully, they see you going somewhere, and a lot of people are still searching for answers. And
Exactly.
I thank God for giving the opportunity to connect to certain people that ask me questions specifically for autism.
Absolutely. Is there anyone that you'd like to shout out to today?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Siobhan, I really
Uh,
thank you for them amazing,
the
amazing.
gummy
Oh
bears,
my
they're
God,
so
finger licking
inspiring.
gummies. Yes,
Yes, they really are.
yes.
And let me just say, since you've mentioned those amazing gummies, if you guys out there are looking to pick up these are what Jorge's referring to is that, and we'll have them available at hairnationexpo .biz website, hairnationexpo.biz, where you can see what it is that it's these amazing cherry flavored gummies that she came out with at her Roots Rocks location, and it's just awesome.
It's better than candy.
Awesome. Yes, but only eat 2 a day, guys. But they give you energy, and they have biotin, so they're great for hair and nails and all that wonderful good stuff. So Siobhan, you owe me for this
Shout out,
commercial.
Siobhan. Yes.
Okay, so back to you, Jorge. So,
Yes.
what are you looking for? You had some shout outs you were saying.
Yes, quite a few shout outs.
Yes.
Shout out to all the Instagram fans. Thank you for supporting me. The likes are just popping, and thankfully I get to help you guys in return. Shout out to my model and business manager, John Freeman. We love you for working with me.
Yes, John is awesome.
John is awesome. Shout out to my family, biological and just at heart. I thank you guys for loving me, and
And one of your good friends who was always there and always helped you.
shout out to Kerry.
Yes, thank you
Shout
so
out to Kerry
much.
for helping me broadcast my platform.
Yes. And what about your modeling friend?
Yes. Oh my God, you almost had me forgotten. Thank
There
you
you
so
go.
much, Marcus, for taking me under your wings in the industry. And I love you, and hopefully we can continue working 20 years plus,
And on that
Yes.
note, that amazing note, we're going to bring this particular interview to a close. I just want to
Most
say
definitely.
thank you so much for what you're doing, the work
very
that you're
welcome, Kerry.
doing, and this is just the beginning.
Just the beginning.
And join us at Hair Nation Expo in May, again, at the Showboat Hotel in Atlantic City. Go to
Yes.
hairnationexpo.biz. We'll see you back here for another edition very soon. Thank you so much.